Get ready, Andrews. The Andrews Heritage Festival is coming October 31st. A day filled with community, culture, and celebration is on the way. Big energy, great people, and unforgettable moments. Save the date now and get ready.
All right, good morning and welcome to Andrews, the podcast. I don't know what I'm calling this. Wednesday morning wake up. What are we going to call it? Good morning and again, happy Wednesday to everybody. If you did not catch the show last night, go back and catch it. Long show, but it was a great show. Shout out to Pastor Thomas Dixon. Shout out to Miss Sylvia Wright, who's running for state superintendent. Also, shout out to Mr. Wendell Paget. They all stopped through last night, had great conversations, answered some, relatively tough questions, and I think you should check it out. This morning, let me say this up front. I don't want to come off. I don't want to come off as being, come across as being, hypercritical just for the sake of being, hypercritical of Representative Carl Anderson. Okay. Personally, I don't know Representative Carl Anderson. I had somebody in the comment section suggest that I go to the AME church and meet Representative Carl Anderson, and I get to know that he's a good person. And I don't doubt what you're saying, ma'am. I'm sure what you're saying is absolutely correct. But what you're saying is not what I'm interested in. Okay. It's not everybody in District 103 does not go to the AME church. You know what I mean? So if that's where we got to go to see Carl Anderson, then that's not going to be a good thing. That's not a good thing. So, yes, I am critical of Representative Carl Anderson. I'm critical of his time in House District 103, but I'm not asking people to take my word for it, okay? What I want to do this morning is I want to show you why. I want to show you the record. I want to take some time and break down, unpack my thoughts on what I see when it comes to Representative Carl Anderson and his 22 years in House District 103. Okay. When you hold a House seat for 2 decades, the people have a right to ask questions. That's just, common sense. And what questions should we be asking? Well, what laws did you fight for? What bills did you introduce? What problems did you try to solve through legislation? Now, I want to be fair before I get into what I'm going to say. Resolutions do matter. People deserve to be honored. Communities deserve to be deserve recognition. Families that have done extraordinary things deserve to be recognized. Churches, schools, and local leaders deserve their accomplishments to be acknowledged by the state of South Carolina. But we also have to tell the truth about a resolution and the fact that a resolution is not the same as, it's not the same thing as a bill. A bill is a proposal, is a proposed law, I should say, excuse me. That's how lawmakers try to create. Let me put this on the screen right here while I'm doing this. That's how lawmakers try to create change, repeal laws through bills. A resolution many times is a formal statement, something to use to honor, to get recognized, congratulate, and express support. South Carolina's own legislative material, you can go on the site, and I'm gonna pull that site up here in a second, explains that a resolution affects legislative action, but it does not carry the same force as law. So the question for District 103 is simple. After 22 years, has the seat been used to change law, solve problems, and move policy? Or has it been used to hand out recognition and ceremonial resolutions? And again, I'm not saying that recognitions, is wrong. I'm saying recognition cannot be the whole job. That's what I'm saying. Your whole job can't be about resolution, recognizing this person, recognizing that. House District 103 has some real serious issues, and we can lay them out and name them here. And we have a lot of rural communities that feel forgotten. We have infrastructure needs. We'll talk about some of that. We have school concerns. We have economic development concerns and questions. We have people asking, why don't this district seem to move with the power in Columbia? So this morning, I'm going to slow this down a little bit, and we're going to look at the difference. You see it on the screen right there between a bill and a resolution, because there is a difference. There is a huge difference. And we're going to ask a fair question. Has District 103 had a lawmaker, or has it had a ceremonial representative? So that's the question. What has been going on in District 103 when it comes to Representative Carl Anderson's time in Columbia? So let's look at his record from this past year. A lot of issues in District 103, House District 103. Let's see what. And so here's how we do this, guys. All right, I'm gonna pull up a website here, and this is the South Carolina State Legislature. So I want you to understand that it's not personal with me. I don't feel a certain way. What I'm gonna do is look at the record of the person, that people are asking me about, and I'm gonna read what is in front of me and make a decision based on that. So any of you can go to this website, which is the South Carolina State Legislature, South Carolina State Legislature, and you can see here across the top of the page it says Home, Senate, House. In this case, we're looking for Representative Anderson. He's in the House. Okay. And then it says down here on this line, this blue line, you click on members, and boom, there it is. You got District 59, 103 right here. And then you go here, and it gives you all the background information. It says District 103 covers Berkeley, Georgetown, Horry counties. There's actually a map here you can click. We can pop on that. I'll pull this map up if you were interested in this district. There it is. It's a funny looking shaped district. It's carved out nice. But This is where you go and get this information. Okay. You don't have to come to Andrews the podcast and believe what I'm saying. You go over here and you get this information. It's free to everybody. Okay. And it's got all his information there. It tells you what a committee assignments he's on, his background information. He's a minister, insurance agent. Okay. But what we're interested in, okay, is a couple things here. One, we're going to look at the bills because we talked about the difference between a bill and a resolution, right? And you see in this section right here, it says primary sponsor. So we want to see what has Carl Anderson been doing in the year of 20. We're going to search the session for bills, find bills for 2025 through 2026. Okay. We go on that. And so we start here. And you see he's the primary representative right here. And the first one, H 4027. And what we got here, a resolution, okay? A house, let's come down here and it tells you what this is about. A house resolution recognizing, to recognize and honor Bishop Floyd Nolan of Georgetown County. Congratulate him for 50 years of meaningful ministry and service to his congregation and community. So like I said, these things are important, right? So don't misconstrue or try to take what I say and flip it. And you can see who all got on this resolution with him, right? Let's see what he did here. Concurrent resolution by Anderson and Hewitt. All right, so summary, Johnny Morant Highway. You guys know that just happened down there. And a concurrent resolution to request the Department of Transportation to name a portion of Exodus Drive in Georgetown County, South Carolina, highway, boom, 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 beginning with the intersection at North Fraser Street. Boom, boom, boom. So we all know what happened there. Okay, come down again, and I'm looking at his record of what he's done this year up there in Columbia for District 103. Okay, concurrent resolution. Here's another H 4446. Deputy Sheriff Leroy Gaskew, Senior Memorial Highway, naming a highway after a person who served, Mr. Gaskew. Then we got a House resolution to congratulate Tidelands Health on the occasion of its 75th anniversary. Okay. And you can see everybody who jumped on board there. You got House resolution by Anderson, Alexander, Atkinson, Bamberg, Bannister. These are all different legislators who signed on this bill, passing it, going through the process of getting this resolution. I said bill, signed on to this resolution, getting it introduced and adopted. That's the word. That's the House. The details of that thing. Then you got H 4493 resolution by, okay, and what is this resolution here? It's a resolution to recognize and honor Reverend Yvonne B. Simmons Gregg, pastor of Greater St. Paul AME Dorchester, upon occasion of her retirement, many years of exemplary service. Okay, another resolution. Then we go down to another resolution, a House resolution to congratulate Viola Holmes Green of Georgetown County. And again, he's doing, that's part of his job, but it shouldn't be the whole of his job, is what I'm saying. And to the pageant team, you guys are campaigning hard. You better pay attention to what the job actually is and what people actually, expecting you to do when you get, if you were to get this position. Okay, very important that you understand that this is a bunch of, to me, This is ceremonial, and it's political. It's political. It's political. They get very political around this time of year, which is annoying to me. And now we come down to H499. I think that's 5. I'm looking at resolution by Anderson. A House resolution to recognize and commend Leonardo DRS for significant investment in South Carolina, his contribution to national defense and support of the United States Navy's shipbuilding and submarine. I probably shouldn't. That's probably a good resolution right there now, Navy. But yeah, you see everybody who jumped on board. Atkinson, I met him down in through Duke County Councilman Torrance Wilson down there. He had an event in Williamsburg County. I was invited there. Let's see. A House resolution to congratulate Ambrose Ricky Wilson Jr. on the occasion of his 70th birthday and wish him a joyous. Man, listen, they dropped the ball on you, Mr. Anderson, because you could have probably got me with one of these resolutions. My granddad about to turn 90, man. And he ain't get no resolution. All right. And so we got here a House resolution to recognize and honor Reverend Dr. George Hicks of Clarendon County for 50 years of service and service to education excellence and extend the best wishes. Okay, guys, and you see right here on the bottom, it gives you the 8 resolutions. 8 of them passed. You got 2 concurrent resolutions that passed, a total of 10. Let's see. General bills, 0. Joint resolutions, 0. Well, maybe this was a slow year up there. Maybe this wasn't the year for that. Maybe let's go to last year. Let's see what he did last year. Let's refresh this. All right, there you go. I had to find the right button. So we go to 2023-2024 session. And you see here another resolution to recognize and honor Bishop Samuel Lawrence Green. House resolution to recognize and honor Sherry Livingston Sr. House resolution. Let's just go down to the bottom and just get to the, and here you see it again. 0 general bills. This is last year. 0 general bills, 17 resolutions. Okay. 17 resolutions. 1 concurrent resolution and 1 that didn't pass. So he went 18 and 1. Okay. Let's just cut through the chase. You go check it out for yourself. All right, let's come on down. Let's get it. Let's go year to year. Okay. Let's see exactly what's been being done up there. All right, submit this. This brings up the year 2021 to 2022. Let's get all of that. Let's go on down here. All right, we got one general bill. Got to give credit where credit is due. Let's go up and find out what that general bill is. Now, let's see. General Representative Anderson. And that general bill passed. So he did do something. Let's give his man credit now. Don't say he ain't did nothing now. All right, where we at? General bill by Anderson. An act to amend. All right. Amend relating to the Georgetown County School District and Georgetown County Board of Education so as to, among other things, conform local election. I can't already see this, y'all. Procedures. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. And so here you see here is the process that he went through. He introduced the bill, referred to Georgetown House delegation. School district. Okay, let's just call it school district. All right, so boom. Back over here, you got 13 resolutions, one bill. So let's just say 13 and one. All right, we're gonna give you one bill, one bill, one bill. All right, it wasn't introducing a new law or anything. It's just it was a safe one anyway. Submit. All right, Representative Anderson. Let's go on down here to the bottom here at the end of the year. Okay. He threw another bill out there that didn't pass. So he went 12 and 1 this year. Resolutions were on fleek. Let's go to that bill and see what that has something to do with. Where's that bill at there? Did you primary on that bill? Or did you and my point, guys, is we need an active lawmaker. Here it is right here. Let's see what we got here. A joint resolution. Also, he was on this and that's a resolution. Where's the bill at? Oh, general bill. A general bill to amend section 59-1-42 Code of Law in South Carolina 1976 relating to the authority of the State Department of Education to waive 3 school days. Yeah. That's getting to the heart of the problem in 103. So we ain't counting that one. And that didn't go anywhere anyway. So you see at the bottom it says failed. All right, so let's go over here a little bit. Let's go on down. We got 22 years of this. Let's go on down to 15. There, come over here, submit. Okay. And let's scroll on down. We can just go check the score off the top. No general bills, 19 resolutions, 21 in all. That's why this seat is it's almost, these seats are almost built for they built for to do this kind of thing because you got 2 years and you up for reelection. Representative Anderson. Let's go on to the bottom. I need to read through all that. Okay, one general bill, and it passed. Let's see what he did this time. All right, an act to amend the Code of Law of South Carolina by adding Article 21 as highway as to designate certain highways in Georgetown County as the Plantersville Scenic Byway and to make it subject to regulations of the Department of Transportation. What? An act to amend the Code of Laws of South Carolina, 1976, by adding Article 21 to Chapter 23, Title 57, so as to designate certain highways in Georgetown County as the Plantersville Scenic Byway and to make it subject to regulations of the Department of Transportation and the South Carolina Scenic Highways Committee. Five resolutions. Your lawmaker. In 2011. Let's go when he first got up in there. Okay, so he wasn't there back then. I went a little too far. My bad. My bad. But yeah, man, I think the point is made. There's a reason, and there's a difference. Okay, resolutions are there's a big difference. And that's the truth. Both have enormous value, but they are not the same level of lawmaking. So there it is. I don't have to go to the AME church to get to know the type of legislator that Carl Anderson is. You're interested in me learning about the kind of man that he is. And again, I agree with you. I'm sure he's an extraordinary man and he's a nice guy and do a lot of things in the AME church. And I want you to understand that I'm not saying that people don't deserve recognition. But the truth about it is voters need to know the difference between ceremonial work and legislative work. There's a big difference, and it's time that people understand the difference between the two. That's where we at in this political jungle.
Termites don't need an invitation. In South Carolina, the pressure is real. Warm weather, moisture, crawl spaces, wood-to-ground contact. That's the perfect setup for termite activity. By the time you see the damage, they may have been there for months or years. Softwood, mud tubes, hollow spots, hidden damage. Don't wait until the repair bill tells the story. Schedule a termite inspection today. Palmetto Pest Control LLC. Veteran-owned, local certified. Protect the structure. Protect the investment. Visit www.bedbugheatkill.com.